In 1979, a psychiatric hospital in rural Pennsylvania was shut down. The closure was sudden. No news, no explanation. Local rumors spoke of a patient who wasn't normal. Years later, a box of files was found in the abandoned hospital. One file was sealed in red tape and labeled Subject 13. This is the story they tried to erase. Subject 13 arrived without ID, background, or known history. He was brought in by men in military uniforms. Unmarked. He didn't speak. He didn't blink. He was placed in the deepest room of the asylum. The door was reinforced steel, locked with 2 keys, but staff said they heard him whisper at night. Subject 13's room had no light, no windows, no mirror. He sat silently for hours, staring at the wall. Security cameras caught static whenever he moved. One night, the door was found wide open. Inside, there was no one, just claw marks, and the word "free" scratched on the floor. After that night, staff began to vanish. First a nurse, then a guard, then 2 doctors. Their personal items remained. Wallets, phones, coats. No signs of struggle, no signs of escape. The only thing left was a strange symbol on each bed. The same symbol found in Subject 13's file. One technician reviewed surveillance tapes from the hallway. At exactly 3:13 a.m., the screen went black for 6 seconds. When the feed returned, Subject 13 was outside his room, but the door was still locked. From the inside, he stared directly into the camera and smiled. Then the footage cut permanently. Dr. Halbert volunteered to evaluate Subject 13. He insisted on a private session. 30 minutes in, the power went out. When the lights returned, the room was empty. Only the tape recorder remained, still recording. The final words were, "He knows me now." A janitor cleaning the wing found a drawing on the wall. Drawn in blood, it showed the hospital on fire. Figures with hollow eyes stood in the flames. In the center was Subject 13, smiling. The date October 31st was scrawled beneath. That was tomorrow. On Halloween night, screams echoed through the asylum. Flames erupted from the west wing. No alarms, no sprinklers, no emergency crew arrived. Staff tried to escape, but exits were sealed. The fire lasted 13 minutes, then vanished completely. No bodies were ever found. Only one person was found outside, trembling. It was a patient from another ward, barely coherent. He kept repeating, "He's not human, he's not human." He drew the same symbol as Subject 13's file, then scratched out his own eyes. He died 2 days later. The hospital was shut down and erased from public records. Maps no longer showed its location. The land was left untouched. No construction allowed, but hikers reported hearing whispers near the ruins. Sometimes a figure is seen watching and vanishing. Always around 3:13 a.m. in 2021, a sealed envelope arrived at a private investigator's office. No return address, just the words, "He's awake." Inside was a photo of Subject 13, unchanged. The timestamp read, "Taken yesterday." A second photo showed the investigator's office door from the inside. Suddenly, the lights flickered violently, then vanished into total darkness. The silence was suffocating, broken only by the distant creak of wooden floorboards. She reached for her flashlight, but it wouldn't turn on. Just a static hiss. Her breath grew shallow as the air itself felt colder, heavier. A low whisper echoed through the corridor, calling her name. Slowly, chillingly. Then from the shadows behind her came the unmistakable sound. A slow, deliberate step. She turned around, heart pounding, but saw nothing. Just endless darkness. The air turned ice cold, and her breath formed a mist in front of her face. Then a pale figure emerged from the shadows, tall, motionless, and watching. Its face was blank, almost human. But the eyes were hollow, endless. The air turned ice cold, and her breath formed a mist in front of her face. Then a pale figure emerged from the shadows, tall, motionless, and watching. Its face was blank, almost human. But the eyes were hollow, endless. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. Her voice was gone. The figure slowly raised its hand and pointed directly at her chest. She tried to scream, but a gloved hand silenced her. The last thing she saw was the same symbol carved into the wall. By morning, her apartment was empty. No signs of struggle. The investigation quietly vanished just like the others. And somewhere in the shadows, the killer still watches. If you made it this far, you're one of the few who survived these stories. But this is just the beginning. Subscribe now, before the next crime finds you.